Hey, it's Rainis here again, and right now I wanted to go over, the cheat sheet that you got, so you can get the cheat sheet right down below. But you'll need to follow this video in order to understand how to use it properly, and how to get those clients that are in there. So, yeah, over this video I'll be going over what I call the high-end social media marketing strategy on how you can get these unorthodox niches to become your clients, and how can you deliver amazing results for them. Even if you're a beginner in social media marketing or you're more advanced, this is a great way to make quite a lot of money relatively quickly with social media marketing. Of course, this is not a fairy tale. There is work involved, so if you're not willing to do it, go away. Let's go. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you're willing to put in the work, then follow this video as well as the case studies about which I'm going to be going over on the PC. And now, if you have taken a peek within the cheat sheet, you might be thinking, hey, how can I make money with these niches? But it's all going to come together. It's all going to make sense in a second. So let's hop onto the computer. Now, how did I do that? Do the transition. Doesn't matter. I'll be there. Also, before we dive into this completely, I just wanted to give you guys a note. Check your email, check your Facebook Messenger for free value messages there. So check that. I'm going to be sending you messages, free value. Look out for that.
Hey, welcome everybody to my computer, and this is Rainis here, and today I'm going to be going over the SMMA training session. And guys, I want you to be following the cheat sheet with me, and let's get right into it. So right now, let's go over the traditional way of how a lot of people get SMMA clients. When you start out, you go into niches like gyms, restaurants, and get clients there. Now, what's the problem with this? I know a lot of SMMA gurus, a lot of people talk about, yeah, this is the way to go, this is how you should do it. But what is the problem with this? Now, let's just do the math. So if you would want to earn, now let's say, 6 figures. On average, if you sign a restaurant client, it's gonna be around $800, €800. If you want to get to 6 figures, 6 figures is around 8,200 something a month. That means you need to get 10 clients. 10 clients a month. That is tremendous amounts of work, even when outsourced. For each and every one of those clients, you need to ask them questions. You need to understand what are their specials. You need to understand their value ladder. There's a tremendous amount of work to do. This is the problem with getting these traditional lower end niches on. But that's not the only case. If you're getting these traditional lower end niches, think of the thousands of other social media marketers that are doing the exact same thing. So now I want to put this into perspective for you. So this is you as a social media marketer. And up, oh god damn it, it's bitching a little bit. And up here, this is the restaurant you want to go to, like gyms, restaurants, whatever. You're cold calling, whatever. It's not just you who'd be cold calling. It's literally these herds of other marketers. Like there's thousands of you, thousands who are calling the same restaurants, same gyms. They're getting sick and tired of you. So there is huge competition in the social media marketing space. So the only way for you to stand out is to not go for the same damn niches. I felt like I needed to create this video to make some clarifications on this, because a lot of people think like, hey, if you even taken a peek into the cheat sheet, you might think, hey, how am I gonna make money off of these niches? Like, how is that possible? With restaurants, it's super easy to get them results, but the problem is they're not scalable, and when people go to restaurants, they don't leave a lot of money there. So you can't charge them much more than like $700, $800. That's a problem with that. Now, with the niches I have provided you below, these are high-end, low-competition niches. And now let's get into why these types of niches are much, much better. Guys, I want you to understand, competition sucks. Competing sucks. Like literally, if a lot of social media marketers are telling you to go into these restaurants, into these gyms, and to work on there, but the problem is there are many people who are doing the exact same thing as you. You guys are all competing for low-paying, high-competition clients. Like literally, go down the block, look at some restaurants that are in your area. Look at how many restaurants are in there. It's not just the competition between you and other social media marketers. It's competition between the restaurants themselves, right? It's hard for restaurants to stand out when they're exactly the same. Now, if we look at the financial side behind this, if you actually go into a restaurant, if you ask the restaurant owner, how much does one person leave into that restaurant? A lot of times people say just $10, $20. Now, imagine you're charging the restaurant owner $1,000 a month. How many clients would you have to bring them? Hundreds, a lot of clients, and that is that's really tough when you're going for restaurants, when you're going for one location places, and this is why I don't recommend you going for them. It's actually terrible. Now, this is where the high and low competition niches come in play, because these are niches a lot of social media marketers look over, and there's a lot of opportunity for you to make money. I'm telling you guys because I've done it myself. You can see the screenshots on the screen. Not all of them are like for 7,000, 8,000, but it is possible for you to get way more money in these niches rather than going to like restaurants where you'd be banking in how much, like 700, 600, 800. Like, I'd rather have less clients paying me more than a lot of clients paying me a couple of $100. Guys, right now it's not all about the quantity. It's not all about the money you make right now on the snap. These are niches. They are niches like where you think more long term. And let me use real estate as an example. In real estate, one client on average would bring you in 2.5k. Let me show you the math behind that. Whoops. Let me show you the math behind that. Let me open up AWW app. It is here. Boom. So, in my country, the average cost of one property is $50,000 euros. I'm sorry, 50k. Then for the real estate agents I usually work with, their commission is 5%. For real estate agents, the commission is anywhere from 2.5% to 5%. It really varies on the type of deals they have, and this is like a whole nother topic on its own. But yeah, their commission is 5%. I am horrible at math, so let me just pull this up. So 50,000 times 0.05, that is 2.5k. Yes, this is 2.5k. So if you just bring them one client, one buyer lead, one seller lead, this would be that. One seller lead, they would be earning 2.5k. Even if it's like one buyer lead. If you bring a real estate agent, one client, potentially that's around 2.5k on average. Now, you're not going to get as many clients, but when you do, the real estate agents, they get huge returns. Let's say they're an average real estate agent who work in these price ranges. If you bring them like 3 clients, that's 7.5k, right? It's not going to be like super simple as for restaurants. To get restaurants, 3 clients, that's super easy. You run an ad, they get 3 clients, that's like $60 in their pocket, right? Now you see the difference? If you bring 3 clients to real estate agent, it's 7.5k. 3 clients for restaurant, that's barely like $60. A huge difference. And when you're talking about service fees, like usually when you work with these higher end niches you see here, let's take luxury landscapers for example. For one luxury landscaper, the client would be paying them around $25,000 for just one deal, right? For just one deal, $25,000. Now, if you go 3 months without getting a client, no clients, and then on the 4th you get one client, that is still 25k for them. Now, if you're not that good at Facebook ads, you'd be charging them just $1,000 a month. That's still an ROI for them. If it's 4 months, that's still an ROI for them of $21,000. Then if you're better at sales and you have done more results, let's say you're able to bring them one client within the first month, just one client, okay, just one client. Then if you're charging them $7,000, they still make 18k. If my math is not good, that's all me. If they pay you 7k, they still make 18k. You see, with these clients, if you want to get to 6 figures, which is earning $100,000 a year, this is going to be much easier to do with fewer clients. You're going to be doing less work than if you would go for restaurants, which each pay you like $800 a month, right? Now, I haven't gotten a client for 7K, which just pays me 7K single-handedly, but boom, on the screen you're gonna see some screenshots from a couple of clients I closed. These were the clients I closed in just 8 days. I'm gonna be bringing out the case study on that a little bit later. And yeah, like you see, in these niches you see here, you're able to charge more and you're able to work less, right? So roofers, construction, security, real estate. Let's take real estate as an example. Let's go. I'm gonna go for one of my clients that I'm actually working with. This is my first client ever. This guy, he's currently in Bangkok, actually doing a live. Let me just like that. This guy, he owns the company Aver Capital. For him, we made this landing page. It's a super dead simple landing page. Within 1 month, we were able to bring them 10 clients. Let me just move away from this. We're able to bring him 10 clients. I know for sure his commission is 5% in 97% of the time. Then with him, once he got them those 10 clients, one of them were hotels, but let's just say this was the average. This was here in more than the numbers I'm about to show you, but still, let's keep it to the average, worst case scenario. So worst case scenario, one property is 50K. He gets 10 properties, that's 500K in total property worth. Then after from those properties, let's say, yeah, he gets a 5% commission. That means he has earned back $25,000. This was his ROI on the investment. Now, if you can bring a real estate agent back $25,000, would they be able to pay you like at least 5K a month? Right? Would they be able to pay you at least 5K a month? Hell, like 3K a month. With this guy, I'm trying to increase the price up to 7K a month. I haven't had a single 7K deal so far. I had lower ones, but still a single 7, like that completely makes sense. Like paying me 7,000 to bring them back to 25,000 back. Of course, this doesn't happen all the months, but this is possible still. I want to show you that this is possible, right? As well as let's go to let's go to even like Remax. Yeah, let's go to Remax Latvia. Remax is a huge real estate firm. They're not even running any ads. Not even running any ads. The posts they push out, they're horrible. Like, what is this? What is this? That's content curation, but this is horrible. These are horrible posts. They don't even have a chatbot. You see? Right? And if you would go up to them and take care of their marketing, they'd be more than willing to pay you over $1,000 a month. And I know a lot of you guys are going out there working with restaurants, gyms, and barely getting like 1K back. But these are niches where you can get fewer clients that pay you more. This means you'll have to do less work, but you'll be able to earn more. Sometimes subscription boxes doesn't fall into this category in total. I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn and say it. It doesn't fall into this category 100% because sometimes subscription boxes are like $7. But still, I want to count them as like high end, just because on average for subscription services, people stay for like 12 months. So if you just get them one client to sign up, for example, for a free trial, let me just pull out my calculator. So it's 7 times 12, that's around $84 of one client. $84 of one client. If they have a huge budget, you can get them a ton of results if they're a little bit bigger than like a super small company. So guys, now you can see like for these niches, it is you're not gonna get as many clients, but when you do, they earn a lot more money back. So now when you go up to these clients, you don't just talk about, hey, yeah, we're gonna be getting you, like for example, as you would with restaurants, so we're gonna be getting you, let's say 25,000 like visitors, stuff like that. For these guys, you want to be talking in terms of leads. You want to be talking, okay, we'd be able to get you 100 leads. At those 100 leads, how many would you be able to close with phone numbers and emails? They give you a number, for example, let's say 1. Worst case scenario, let's say 1. How much money would one person be paying you? 2.5K. 2.5K. Let's say this would be for real estate agents. Then you say okay. So yeah, when you get one client, they would be paying you 2.5K. And then if you would divide that in half, that's 1.5 250 $250 for just one client, right? And then it makes sense. About this topic, this is called lifetime value. Guys, stay tuned in your chatbot, in your email, wherever you're subscribed from. Stay tuned for messages from there. I'm gonna be sending out more value messages, especially on lifetime value, and especially how to show people the price. But yeah, now you see that you don't have to be going for niches like restaurants, niches like gyms. You can be going for these higher end niches, and for them it is a little bit tougher for you to close them most of the time. But guys, let me tell you this: when you actually close them, when you start working with them, it is much easier for you to bring ROI to them, and it's much easier for you to scale, you know. And this was my main goal for this video, to show you guys that this is possible with higher end niches. And this is not just limited to these 9 niches. There are more you can go for, right? But these are more like high end niches you could be working with. Now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, cool, Rainis, you showed us how to that these guys, they're good, but how do we get held in? How do we get them honest clients? So now let's talk about that. So the niches, okay, niches. So there are multiple ways to get them honest clients. Let's start with this: cold calls, cold emails, cold messaging, networking, unorthodox methods. Let's start off like that. So now I'm going to be going over each and every single one of them and telling them which one is bad, which one is good. Number one is solve the cold emails. Let's get that out of the way. First, cold emails is the worst one to do by far. By my experience, by the experience of my students, cold emails is the worst one to use for this by far. Then cold messages, that works. Cold calls, they work, but it depends on a niche which you're working with. Like for example, real estate. For real estate, cold calls would work. For home security, and as well as some construction, smaller construction businesses and roofers, that will work. For restaurant chain, it's gonna be tough for you to get the decision maker through cold calls. Now networking, I'm gonna fucking 17 underline this. This is by far the best method to use when you are doing when you're trying to get ahead of these higher niche clients. So with networking, I'm gonna use this green. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna show this green. These guys green. Have green. With networking, it's not as easy to do as a lot of people think. And those people who have tried, a lot of them, they say, oh yeah, networking doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, it does work. Everything works. Except for cold emails. I don't like them. With networking, like, you need to network with a purpose. You cannot just go out somewhere and say, okay, let me just get clients. A good way to do networking, I'd like to have it show it to you right here, is through Facebook pages. This also goes under the unorthodox methods, but I want to count it as in between the two. So Facebook. What do you do on Facebook? You create a new profile, not a page, a profile, right? And in that profile, you share content related to Facebook, related to marketing. You talk about the what and the why. What and the why. What happens there is, as you can see, I'm talking, like, you want to have something in between that's like your life, whatever. But most of the time, I talk about, you can see, saw this in Facebook Advisors Group, 80% of the time. Mark was just explaining centers how the internet works, whatever. This was a live video of me shooting an ad for one of my clients. I was just shooting it live. Then as well with that, yes, something to show that I'm a regular human being, not a salesman. Sharing some content, sharing the ads we created, sharing some content about Facebook, a lot of stuff about Facebook ads. And essentially, a lot of times I do as well, I talk about the what and the why. I want to scroll up to some of the posts, some of the blog posts I put in. For example, over here, it's a blog post in Latvian. And essentially in that blog post, I just talk about a lot of things. And then at the end, it was not at this blog post, but a different blog post. You can see the chatbot thing, chatbot pop-up, but a different blog post. I think it might as well be this one. I put a form where people can leave their information to contact me. Now this is the comment. The one before, I think. I don't remember it by heart because I haven't used my website in a while. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, they can reach me. They can fill out this form. And actually, quite a few people filled out that form. And that's a way to get leads more passively. If you do this every single day, you just need to post one post a day. That's it. That isn't hard because that post can be some value in terms of like a text format like I do on this page, which would be like a long form text with a picture. That can be a quick value post like this, you know, use remove that BG. That's some good, so people think like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Some videos as well. And yeah, some sales in between as well. I don't know, he just tagged me and then I was just in there. I was like, okay, that was a different one. Then also engage. This is super important. You want to be talking to your community. Now, what you do with these pages is you literally, let's say you picked real estate. Let's say you picked real estate. You go to like a site called like remax.com, remax. Whatever country you're in. Once you're at their site, you're gonna be at their regular screen. You want to find the menu bar and you want to find the part just says agents. Once you're there, you want to get to the agents and boom, as simple as that. You can get their agents' names and surnames. You can just add them in there. You see the right guy, add them as friend. Boom. Why do you want to do that? Because when you add these guys as friends, they're gonna see your content. They're gonna see your content. They're gonna trust you. And this is how actually I got to my first real estate client ever, through this method. And it's super powerful. You just want to stay consistent with it because don't expect this method to just boom, get 5 meetings in 10 seconds. That is possible with a method called cold calls, but not with this. It takes time for you to build out your brand. It takes time for you to like curate some content and to build some trust with people. Those all this networking. A good way to network is charity events. So charity and award ceremonies. Award ceremonies. So award ceremonies would be, for example, in construction. There are many of them. If you can get into them, that's a great place to network. If you can sit at the table, you just need to get 1 or 2, get great connections. That's it. Charity events, don't go to free events. That's my number one tip. Charity events, you can put down like donate $100, something like that. Get into the event, get like 2 or 3 good connections. These are the places where you're gonna find business owners, high-level business owners. Charity events, awards, BNI. BNI is a great place. You pay them like 1K a year, and they have a lot of events where you can go to. You can meet a lot of business owners. And the best thing about BNI, in each one of these events, you're gonna have one person from each field. So if you're in marketing, you're not gonna see any other marketers there, which is awesome for you. That's a huge thing. If you have the investment, that's a great place to invest in terms of networking. But then again, you need to know how to network. So before investing a lot of money into this, I recommend you learning how to network properly. And my favorite way to start doing that is with Facebook. Now guys, after you finish watching this video, I want you to go to my AI, my chatbot, which actually brought you here, the Facebook Messenger thingy. And just type it in resources. Just type in resources. And I'm going to give you my resources to help you out, build out your own first agency's funnel for Facebook. As well as that, a couple of other resources you can use for team building and stuff like that to build out your agency. Then as well as this, another unorthodox method is LinkedIn. A lot of people don't talk about this, and I enjoy LinkedIn a lot because if you're going to be creating content on Facebook, you might as well just repost the same content to LinkedIn. I have an automation going, and I'm not using Leonard. I'm not using anything like that. I'm using my own software. It's going to be also linked into the resources. Now, the reason why I use my own software, I shared this with just 50 other people. If you use stuff like Leonard, stuff like that, the problem with that is going to be, like, LinkedIn knows what Leonard servers are. If you have, the best comparison I can give is, like, if you have used email marketing, there's this platform called MailChimp, right? MailChimp. I mean, I'm going to go with it right now. MailChimp. MailChimp.com. It is horrible. MailChimp. I cannot write for shit, guys. Sorry. MailChimp. It is a horrible, horrible platform. It is for free, but the problem is it lets everybody on, and what happens then? When you send out a message from MailChimp, the message gets sent to the promotions folder, promo folder. And if you know what that is, that's essentially the equivalent of a spam folder in Gmail. It's not quite spam, but it's close, which means nobody's gonna see your emails. This is why you don't want to use MailChimp. The same thing goes for Leonard. LinkedIn knows where Leonard servers are, so they know, like, they don't like Leonard as a platform. Most of the automation platforms they don't like. And when the platform gets huge, when it surpasses 1,000 users, they kind of like target their servers. And when people push posts, they deprioritize the posts. They start fucking up with your pages, and then a bunch of bad stuff starts happening. This is why I use my own software. And yes, I do share it with a couple of people. If you want to get on it, just go to my chatbot, type in resources. You're gonna see a link to get on it. So yeah, that's for LinkedIn. Then as well, that LinkedIn is the same thing as Facebook. Even if I go on here right now, I have automatic connections. This guy, I need to reply to him. But yeah, let me just reply to him real quick. This is all automated, these messages. This is what I like about the software. So yeah, guys, so far this is pretty much it. These are my favorite methods to use in order to get clients in these high-ticket niches. So guys, if you have any other questions, something like that, feel free to ask my AI.